Hello there. We are Team Again, an edtech startup out of Pilani campus. It is said that brain is the most powerful tool that humans possess. However, it's nearly impossible to remember everything at the first exposure. While all of us have come across somebody who has a photographic memory, most of us need to revise things again and again and again to be able to retain and reproduce information. There are about 400,000 students in India alone who are heavily tested on their ability to retain and reproduce huge amounts of information in exams that are super critical to their career. In over 50 interviews that we undertook, majority of the students found the process of memorizing and revising frustrating, even though most of them believe that a better factual recall would lead to sizable improvements in their score. Our solution to this pain point is productizing of this concept in psychology, spaced repetition. While most students tend to study a particular concept only immediately after being taught and then directly before the exam, spaced repetition advocates for multiple revisions with a decreasing frequency. Spaced repetition is a well-researched phenomena in psychology where spaces between revisions are algorithmically optimized, keeping in mind both the learning rate of individual and ability to recall particular concepts with ease. It is also observed to increase recall up to 300% and increases the efficiency manifold. Now, most students believe that putting such a concept into practice would lead to huge improvements in their scores. However, even though our sample consisted of graduates from top colleges, 60% of them had not heard of the technique. Further, 30% of students said that they cannot put it into practice because of the diligence and regularity it takes to track and execute. This is where our product comes into the value chain. Let us walk you through it. It's fairly intuitive. You select what you just studied so that we can offer you revisions at optimally timed spaces. After this, you get revisions at optimal intervals so that you can revise and retain information. Also, you can check the questions which you most missed so that you can revise particularly those areas which you tend to forget easily. The USP of our product is that users do not have to manually add all the content they just studied. They just have to enter the page numbers. How is it a major advantage? We'll come to that a bit later. So on showing our MVP to students, 90% wanted to try out the product and 50% were ready to pay for such a service. We have divided our customers into 3 segments: parents of high school students, college graduates, and schools and coachings for B2B collaborations. Moving on to product analysis, we believe that a major moat we have is that we have a lock-in on users when they start using their the product, since their learning rate and personalized revision cycles are embedded into the experience. The main challenge we face is content creation, which slows us down a bit, but then content once created would serve as an asset over the years. Second challenge is changing the study behavior of users, which might involve a fair amount of marketing and awareness campaigns. But we are up for the challenges given the kind of impact we can make and of course the size of the opportunity. Even conservative estimates mount up to 3 billion rupees in annual revenue and a user base of 600,000 youngsters. Details of estimation are given in the Google Sheet link in the description. Coming to the competition, while there are products like Magoosh that implement spaced repetition for English vocabulary for GRE preparation, absolutely no one is doing the same for exams for which masses prepare in India. Anki and SuperMemo are legacy open source products which have an uneasy UX and require the users to upload their own content, which is the major reason most students don't use them. This is because when students take into consideration the amount of time taken to enter the content, the whole process in itself becomes suboptimal. One threat that we can foresee is the entry of traditional publishers with a similar product. But we think that's more of an opportunity for us, as we can offer them our product as a service and share profit. We explored the possibility of turning into a SaaS product completely. We're running out of time in the video, so please ask in the Q&A session why we did not go ahead with it. Moving on to the plan ahead, somebody we know preparing for UPSC has agreed to give some initial content for a small amount. Post that, we will test the product with early users. In March, we'll do a controlled invite-only launch, and we'll launch the full UPSC suite in April. As you can see, this is the cost structure. For about next 6 months of operation, we'd like to raise a little over 3 lakh rupees. Link to sheet containing the breakup of content cost has been given in the description. We'll operate on a subscription-based model and we'll need just over 250 customers to break even. Prateek and I have known each other for 3 years now. Together, we worked on multiple assignments and projects. That's pretty much it. Thank you.